like a little bit about the drama. Like I saw some tweets, so I am gonna learn this as you all learn this. I heard, like, I saw the tweets and I heard some apparently it's in these VODs, so I guess we get first-hand accounts of what's happening. All I saw was that memes account tweet that Andy was kicked. Smite 2 lacking content, here's some drama. I mean, I'm on Smite 1 right now, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Let's look into this. Let's look.
Right? Ron Yu replacing Andy on Scrumptious. The week 1 winners, bro. The week 1 winners.
Oh yeah, wait, they were obviously a top like 2 or 3 team no matter what. They won this past weekend, right? That was with all the issues.
The week 1 winners. I have been told by a trustworthy source. I have been told. And I've down the grapevine, I've heard a few things down the grapevine here, okay? But I have been told there was an ultimatum placed on kicking ElLeon from the team. And if you're in tune with the drama here, if you're in
So before he gets further, someone told me last night that they had real rough scrims the other day, right? And then I'm reading this post. Not shocking, Haddix and ElLeon got into it. Some scrims on stream, likely not the first time. Just replaced the less good player. Holy
tune with
fuck.
the drama here. Oh, hello, Apollo.
Bro, is Andy ever gonna get his shot, bro? Holy shit.
I'm drama farming. I'm just gonna say,
I want to point this out. This is 2 weeks in, right? Like, I've had some issues with people, but like, I feel like 2 weeks is not even trying.
if you watched the scrims from their point of view, you might be able to understand. You might be able to understand why or who perhaps made an ultimatum. I'm just saying, you know, from my point.
Can you find the link to the where they're like going at it?
Point of view, you know, maybe there was somebody who, wasn't, I'm just,
Scream, what are you saying? No one knows.
I'm just saying there was a Sunder incident in Game 1 of the scrim block that may or may not have caused a rift, an unfixable rift in one scrim block.
Oh, I gotta see this. Hold on. Oh, he plays it all? Okay, so it's all here. Scrim's goated. I gotta see this.
His argument was based around him not really remembering what he did with his Sunder. So it really wasn't based in any actual, like, fundamental proof.
I gotta see this. I heard about this, but I didn't hear any specifics. I didn't know what was under. I just heard that there was some rough scrims.
I mean, I could replay it, but...
Does he have it ready to go?
He's playing Smite competitively.
Oh, wait, he's talking about other shit?
ElLeon is pretty toxic, and on top of that, he's dog shit. Bro, okay, first off, let me just cook your stupid ass real quick.
Right, so before he even says anything, there is such a big difference between being on a competitive team and having, like, tiffs and arguments. Like, me and Cyclone, when we were the best team, would argue about dumb shit. And, like, it would almost always lead to something getting better. Like, that's normal. If you have a bunch of competitors and everyone's passive and just never says anything back to another person, you're never going to have a great team. It's just not going to last. So people get that confused. I've been on a team with Andy a long time ago. I've actually very rarely ever seen anyone in Smite, like, competitive, be, like, toxic towards teammates. It happens sometimes, but it's pretty fucking rare. So for everyone to act like it's super common is pretty
First off, ElLeon, week 1 winner of this bracket, okay? You could say it's a little Mickey, but I don't care. ElLeon is literally he's top rank in Dota. He's playing Deadlock competitively. He's playing Smite competitively. He's a MOBA fucking machine, bro. He has more accolades to talk about MOBA related things than anybody in the chat, and I'm not even trolling. I'm literally not even trolling, bro. Like, are you crazy, bro? You actually just said something fucking stupid, bro. And not to mention, he was trying the hardest in these games. I watched all 3 games, bro. He was trying the hardest.
All right, let's see this VOD.
Where it starts.
Oh, here we go.
We get a good fight. He dives us in the back line. Okay.
I also gotta point this out. I don't know what pros finally started pushing the idea of streaming scrims. I've been saying it since, like, they announced my 2. I have a feeling that we never get this deep dive into this ever if there's no streaming the scrims.
Me and Spin are killing this guy. Boom. Sundering arc. Boom. Right there. That's the Sunder right there.
So this is Andy sundering, right? Or is
And then
this,
he dies.
Or is this Haddix?
That's the Sunder right there.
Oh, that was Haddix sundering. So Haddix wasted his Sunder.
What do you want? Go away.
Oh, it's Haddix stream.
Wait, I actually do need to let my dogs out, guys. Wait, okay.
So Haddix just threw his Sunder.
I'll just play this back. You can listen.
Haddix threw his Sunder in a death. It was a Zatman active.
Wait for the
do it all. You can listen to it all. It's fine.
Wait, he's on a team with Zatman.
It'll be up by tomorrow. Washed SPA player just can't let go.
Alright, I have a few wards.
They're here, they're in the bush, though. They're like here.
Wait, is he just gonna play the whole?
Let's go pyro.
They're gonna flank us.
Fender going on.
We're here with you.
I'm a dash over here.
Okay.
Look at Anubis. Look at Anubis.
It's a big knockup.
So Andy just died.
Look, Ferry.
Nog gets a kill.
And I'm back.
He dies. He wastes Sunder.
Okay, this is problem number 1 here. He Sunders us.
He also kind
We're
of
not
had a
gonna
really
die.
bad
We're not gonna
engage.
die to the Sunder. Let me fast forward here. They're calling to pull fire. They have a bomb. 35 seconds on Haddix Sunder. It's pulled.
Triple right now.
Does Andy not have his
Realistically,
Sunder?
they have no reason to pull this right now. They could wait if they want.
Okay, look for the Fender.
He literally just picks up a bomb. Wait, let me.
They're gonna do this now.
We don't care if they go to ancient.
Go
Can you guys
fire,
come
guys.
here?
I don't have Sunder. Do you have
doing
Sunder,
it,
Andy? Yeah, you do. Okay.
He checks that we have Sunder
I have to back.
on ElLeon. So he's pocket watching.
We pulling this?
I have secure.
Sunder. You shouldn't Sunder this either.
Nah, I'm not sundering it. I can't pick it up. One of you guys can.
Could be on goal.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm
If they're on goal, we should start pulling this.
We should pull fire.
Yeah.
I have
They
a
pull it?
question for those of you that know. Is Haddix, does he shot call? Like, has he shot called on teams? Up to now? Has he, like, I've literally no idea what his role is usually on teams.
They have a bomb. They have a Sunder.
Goal right now.
He does not shot call? Is it
2K hog. We
Sunder
just
in
2K
front of
hog.
us. He's gonna have Sunder for it.
ElLeon's calling 2K hog.
the
Okay.
amount of calming
So
he's
he
doing?
thinks the
Sounds
Sunder's
like.
up. So I don't.
Yeah,
I know it's
okay,
communicated,
so he's
but he just
vocal.
has a misinput here. They should be talking about it right now. They have nothing else to talk about right now. Literally nothing else to talk about, right?
I'm here.
I'm leashing it to you.
Yeah, I'm here as well. I'm gonna go hit
The bomb is running at the Fenrir.
Should be here soon. Cuckoo's still in right though. This is a good fight for us.
So they were,
We're doing 30 damage to the Fenrir.
I'm walking, guys.
they're calling 3K
We had to kill the
fire.
Fenrir when the Fire Giants had 3,500 already. That was the first actual thing that of value that was said. That was the first actual thing of value that he said.
This happens when teams get lazy, by the way. So Scream is pointing out all they need to communicate is like the bomb hog scenario and securing, and that they went like a gap there without saying any relevant information other than this Fender needs to die and Zatman calling the health.
That his Thunder was down? Yeah, but that needs to be re-input into their brain, bro. A lot of things are happening. You have to repeat things sometimes.
It's
You can't,
lazy
like,
when you don't do this
at
shit.
the beginning of the game, if I'm Loki and I'm like, I'll buy Sorry for 6 item. 45 minutes later, my teammates aren't going to remember that.
Yeah, it's so lazy to not just be spam saying it.
He's out. You can Sunder it. You're fine. You can Sunder it.
And then right here, it's a 50-50, bro. The Alma dashes in and ults. You can't, like, it's just a flip. It's literally just a pure flip. Like,
Wait, bomb is still hitting for 1,000, right? So bomb is better secure, obviously, if the time it, but with a hog paired with it, it's a better secure than hog. It's more damage. So why the fuck are they?
that's just how it goes, bro. Nope, bomb was not used. Like, you're not giving your support away. Like, you can bomb behind the FG. The Alma can't see the bomb timer. And you're just like, okay.
This is like such a simple thing, by the way, to come out of this. If you lose this fire and be like, yeah, my bad, I should have bombed it. Next time we're in this situation, I'll just bomb it.
Thunder when the bomb explodes. Like, the support has all the play in the world here. That's literally what it does, bro. That's literally what it does, bro. You put it behind the FG. Cherry will never see the bomb timer, and boom, you Sunder
hog
when the
with it,
bomb
yeah.
explodes at the exact same time. GG's. The Fire Giant's yours. All right, write that down. Write that down real quick. Okay. And then from here, we like.
I feel like we should be done.
Hold on, there's more.
Sunder. We have to kill the Fender.
I'm walking, guys.
3K.
Yeah, he's out. You can Sunder it. You're fine. You can Sunder it.
I don't know, dude. I'm sundering at 1K, bro. I feel like we should be done with sundering at 2.
Did Sunder not go off?
Yeah, that's not seeding.
Just like 1 HP. So
I mean, we just kill maybe, guys.
Isn't Sunder like 500 now?
We should have secured it. Sunder is down.
I think Susano.
Hold on.
zones.
Is Sunder not like 500 damage now? Didn't they get like crazy fucking nerfed? Oh, it's still 1k? Okay. I didn't know that. I thought it was crazy nerfed that even at max.
Sunder was down.
Was 1 HP.
It's all good. Just you gotta look to steal.
Their comms were just, Andy said, I used it. We should have double hogged. And Haddock said, did your hog not go off? And then Zatman said it was 1 HP after the hog.
Still siege. We're still
Hey, that's that man's fucking. That's his mind right there. It is lucky, bro.
Be careful.
It is lucky. Like in some degree, it's luck because
Bro,
of the situation.
This is
but
also a scrim, dude. So like, unless some crazy amount of like stuff piled up to this shouldn't have been a big deal. Like if I fucking won the last weekend, I'm not worried about my support missing a hog in a fucking scrim.
it could have not been luck.
There's no way we're way stronger.
They have fire down on us now.
All right, what else? And then it's simple. We wipe them. The game ends, right? Like
In DPS on this, they still have
we literally push down mid with FG. The game's over, bro. They can't play.
I mean, they might get the fire with his ult.
Fenner bit me on left jungle.
Got away with one.
Full committed. All 4 ults on me. I Phoenix heal. Wall 2. Freeze 3. And it's even trade. No, I'm saying.
Okay.
I rewatched that fight. I'm blown away how they traded that fight.
I mean, he just Sundered it over you, no?
No, I'm saying the Fenner
No.
bite. The Fenner bit me on left jungle. They full committed all 4 ults on me. I Phoenix heal, wall 2, freeze 3, and it's even trade.
The Alma got away with one
I don't
hit.
think we should chase this Fenner. Like, I think chasing Nog, that Fenner is so useless. His timer's so low. And he's just level 14. It doesn't even matter.
Probably, yeah.
We're just chasing that Fenner the whole game, losing map.
See, this is good. This is good right here.
I don't think chasing the Fender is that big of a deal. The bigger deal is us losing the fight around Fire Giant and then us losing Fire Giant right there. Because we'd be perfectly fine losing Angel.
That's literally what he was just talking about, though.
Bro,
That's the fight around FG.
Bro, this is a scrim.
Fury. And then what?
Like that's literally what was being spoke
The
about.
whole fight, they lost fire. That's it.
Once we lose Fire Giant, we cannot take a fight into them when they have Fire Giant. Fire Giant giving you 20 prots makes the fight really hard, especially outside of Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. Fire Giant's good. Yep.
This is just like a go next.
This game fucking sucked, bro. I was 9-0, bro, and I still don't do damage to the fucking Emma, bro.
Ads?
Bro,
Fuck, dude. I have to wait, bro. I'm actually like. See, now we're getting.
Bro.
Uh-huh.
You don't
Intelligence,
even
right?
ult her, bro. Huh?
He has intelligence.
He just
right?
complaining about tanks. Respect.
No, bro. I don't know, bro. I was like 5 items and I fucking
Yeah,
started, bro, and I dropped.
her 2 mitigation scales off intelligence.
Yeah.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Just let me hear it.
Up?
Just let me hear it, bro.
Yeah, we had a big lead. We just had some bad fights, and then we lost Fire Giant, and then we fought into them when they have Fire Giant at our tier 2 when I'm not there either.
Does streaming this shit fuck with you guys? Like when you have scrims, are you paying attention to your chat afterwards? Because I would highly recommend you literally pay zero attention to your chat while scrimming. Because they have it's just like fucking Jimmy John down the street. You should not even look at chat during scrims. I could see so easily that you just glance at chat and they're like, oh, you guys, like, you just get into it for no reason and it makes things worse.
I think we should rewatch that fight.
You close your chat? Yeah,
I think we just spread out.
Oh,
and
she
shot really fast.
thanks on
I mean,
second
we
monitor.
were still in a winning position.
I respect
we should've won the
that.
game if we had sundered the Fire Giant.
I did sunder the Fire Giant, bro. I think you not having sunder is a big mistake. What are you sundering at that point?
What are you talking about? Sunder's on cooldown. You already know that
Back
too. I
from-
What the-
Andy wants to rewatch the fight that led to this situation. And is like, I think it's a mistake that you're sundering anything that's not the objectives unless it leads to a direct, really good situation.
One thing you should
And then he's
learn
like-
too, like most of the pro players should know this and like reiterate it to themselves. Just like in any sport, like if someone fucks up, like misses a layup, and then you lose a game by 2 points, you didn't lose because they missed a layup. So like, because Andy missed hog, it isn't the only reason you lost the game. Like same with Haddock's wasting hog. It's not the only reason. There's things you could change. So like, harping on this
You
is
knew
really
Sunder
stupid.
was down.
It's
That-
just
that's
such an
his
easy
re-
thing.
that's
Don't
his
do it again.
response, bro.
I'll do
What?
that.
But for
I could
what?
tell Andy's pissed
What else I do?
because Andy's like,
That's what I mean. That's
like I
crazy.
tried and no one else.
What are you talking
No one
about?
else
If
could
you
have done
Sunder Fire
anything.
Giant, then we're fine.
Wait. Couldn't he have Sunder and a bomb
Why are
To
they
do
not
what
talking
he's
about the
saying?
bomb at all?
as a team?
No one mentioned the bomb.
You
I
just you
Sunder
lost.
Fire Giant. It's 50-50 Sunder. He's Ama ulted, bro. Like it's literally 1K, 1K. We're both
He
Sunder
timed
at
he
1200.
timed the Sunder better, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, why is
The
he
best
going
part
in
about
like
this is that what Haddox is saying is not gonna sound wrong to anybody that like is like they're fucking casuals, right? It's like no, yeah, he technically did lose a 50-50, but that's not what
It's a 50-50, bro. That's the whole point. It's not even who's better. Like, yeah, there could be some consistency there, but if you know it's a 50-50, you gotta recognize it's a 50-fucking-50.
ElLeon gives a fuck about, bro. He wants to have the situation be favored,
Yeah.
which is
He
smart,
wants it
by the
not
way.
to be a
That's
50-50.
correct. The way ElLeon is thinking is correct, bro. 100%. He doesn't. People are gonna. It's a flip.
So for the people not processing, they had basically three options. Initially, Haddox doesn't waste his hog. His is up. They're never gonna lose if they're like 1, 2, 3 hog, right? Second option, use the bomb with the hog. Scream already talked about. The third option would have been for anyone on that team to reiterate that he doesn't have hog on Haddox. They should probably slow the fuck down and wait because it's up in 5 seconds. They could have sat. Fire doesn't do anything in Smite 2 right now. They could have sat in that pit for 10, 30 seconds and just waited for his hog to come up.
Flip, bro. You lose some
Like,
things
there's
if you
three
lost it in
fixes
the
that
situation
all
that
could
he's
have been
like,
options
double
here.
Sunder bomb.
And they could have just gone
Like that's
next.
actually unlucky. Like nothing you could do. But like they're trying to get to the point where it's like. But like Haddox is dumbing it down to the simplest point that people are gonna get upset about.
So you're saying that you sundering him, whoever it was, Defender or Ama in that fight is the right play?
I didn't Sunder in the fight.
He's not
So
wrong.
we did
right?
Sunder in the
He
fight.
sundered in the
actually,
fight before
and that's
that.
why it was down.
But then why was it down? There was no OBJ done.
I don't know. Check the
For like
VOD.
5 minutes.
I didn't Sunder in the fight. Why was it down? I don't know. Check the VOD.
It's this simple. I told you.
And then you progress back onto your other point too quickly for anybody to actually confirm what was said. So you actually jump back into the conversation because you know you're wrong.
We don't have Sunder. We pulled Fire Giant. He got the Sunder over you. You lost Fire Giant.
We don't have Sunder. We pull Fire Giant. His call, by the way. His call. Misplaying the fight isn't the issue. There's a lot of things that could have, but I don't think. I haven't watched anything else, and it doesn't seem like he had a bad attitude. And I'm trying to get the competitive nature. Oh, let's go
OBJ
back
done.
here.
I don't know. Check the
For like
VOD.
5 minutes.
It's this simple. I told you. We don't have Sunder. We pulled Fire Giant. He got the Sunder over you. You lost Fire Giant. What's the problem?
That's wild. That's wild. So you're saying you should have Sunder first. It should be you should have Sunder. We should be double Sundering that. Susano should zone defend, and then at 2K, if he out Sunders us at 2K, then it is what it is.
What are you arguing about now?
Careful skipping, very important audio sin. Okay.
Bro, I'm not fucking crazy, right? What? They're not arguing. Andy is saying what the quote-unquote highest percentage play is. And he's explaining what they should do in that situation. Right? There's no argument to be had.
I'm saying you should have Sunder there.
You know that I don't have Sunder before we even pull that Fire Giant.
I'm pretty sure I had a 5-second cooldown on it when Fire
How
died,
many
by the
times
way.
am I going to hear this, bro? Everybody on their team knew there was no Sunder. So why are we pulling the Fire Giant and then blaming the support, bro? Everyone on the team knew what was going on here.
Sure.
What are you upset about?
Nothing. I'm just saying it's a poor argument to say, oh, they just like you not having Sunder is a poor
And
argument.
if we need to take a breather, we should take a breather.
If we need to take a breather, we should take a breather.
Yeah,
See,
man.
that's literally just instigating, pissing somebody off, bro. That's literally just instigating 101. I don't care if somebody was actually pissed about something and they're not willing to budge on their point, which I've done before. Don't even get it twisted. I've probably been Haddox in this situation. That is the nail in the coffin. After being on the
He's
flip
fucking
side of
right,
it,
bro.
that's the nail in the coffin, bro.
Yeah,
Right
you're,
there.
You're done after that.
You can be pissed about things and not want to admit you're
I've
wrong.
had shit have like this happen. I usually end up getting in the middle of this, so it doesn't go this far. But you just end scrims after this, bro.
In the heat of the moment. I've been there.
You're just
Who hasn't
done.
been there, bro? If you do anything at a high level, it's gonna happen sometime. But it's like you can't say shit like that, bro. That's just straight up disrespectful, and it's gonna piss people off, like 100%.
Yeah, they played 2 more games,
Like,
bro.
In the competitive mindset,
Right, just if you don't understand why this is instigating, if he really thought there was a break to be needed, he would have said, "I'm gonna take a minute. I'll be right back." Like you just put it on yourself.
say something like that when somebody's like trying to be competitive. You cooked them mentally. It's straight up cooked, bro. If it was somebody else, like let's say they have a coach and he's like, "Hey guys, let's take 3 minutes here. Let's go chill out. Like we can think about it. We can watch the VOD. We can discuss it after scrims." That's different. But because it's the person in the conversation, it's cooked, bro. It's straight up cooked.
He outsundered you, that's what happened. You knew that I didn't have Sunder before he pulled Fire Giant. That's the issue.
We have to pull Fire there because they're on Oni on the other side.
Well, if you think that we can't pull Fire Giant if our 2 Sunders are down, or if one of them is down, then we don't pull Fire Giant.
I'm pretty
Why
sure
are we not
Fire
talking about the bomb this whole
called it.
time?
It was a collective team call to do a Fire there.
Yeah, 3 of them called it.
That's
by the
correct.
way, Haddox called it first, then Andy, then
Did you take a
Zetman.
breather before the game or what?
I'm chilling.
No.
Well, we need to have proper accountability. We need to not get upset about things that are happening from team decisions.
A roster like this needs a coach, by the way, because they don't have somebody who's like I don't know why none of the other 3 step in and say shit here. Like this blows my mind.
So if we need to calm down before we play the game, then we should do that.
I'm chilling, bro. You're just coping for not having
I don't think
Sunder.
that man's ever. I think like a lot of SPL players are in here. I think most people, when this shit happens, they kind of retreat and like don't want to, for multiple reasons, either maybe make things worse or put things on themselves. You gotta have somebody who just doesn't give a fuck and just changes the subject. You know, says, "Well, hey, we're all gonna take a break." Something. Because it's a way. It's such a way. They've gone back and forth. Like Haddox said the same thing like 6 times.
Nobody's scoping you. So
It's all good.
You just go next, guys. Fuck it.
are we
They-
good?
Oh,
Are we
yeah.
are we good
And
to
then
go
after
next
the-
year?
And then after the game, we just watch the fucking.
Yo,
that time
go
for the-
through all of the drama again. I missed it.
What's up, Tanner? I'm not going
I was
through all
not
this
talking about the
again.
bomb. I mean, it just slipped their mind in this conversation. I
Yeah, they
guess.
didn't talk about the
I mean,
bomb
like-
once.
The bomb would probably be. It could have been a thing where if somebody was like, "Well, what happened to our bomb?" and Haddox was like, "Oh, I fucked it up." That literally could have saved this
Yeah.
conversation instantly, 100%. Because they'd be like, "Oh, like, what do we need to do with the bomb? We don't need the second Sunder because we have bomb." Now now it's not a flip, but it is a flip. They pulled it in a flip situation, and like they're not wrong. We have 3 people split pushing the map. Our entire idea. You can go watch our stream. We're like, fuck it. We're gonna go split push. We're gonna take Ancient Fury.
Andy said he's coping about the Sunder because he's saying he doesn't know where it went. In Andy's mind, in a competitive game, you don't just forget where major thing goes. Like he knew where it went, and he didn't want to say that he wasted it in the fight before. So that's why there's like the undertone on for Andy, on top of him being blamed, for him to be like, what the fuck? And I'm guessing, I mean, we're going to get more into this because apparently Haddix didn't want to play with him in the first place. Haddix's undertone is he didn't want to play with him in the first place. So every time he fucks up, it's like the end of the fucking world. Which I kind of get. Like, if you really don't want to play with somebody, like, it's fucked up, but, you know, it's people are going to feel that way.
They're going to 5-man fire. We're going to try and steal it, right? Because that's really, realistically, our only way of winning the game is if we steal it, right? Which happened.
Yeah, and Andy wanted to rewatch the fight, and he kept saying, go ahead and rewatch it, which I'm not going to lie. If I was still playing competitively and my teammates said that shit to me, this wouldn't end very, that would be like, I'd probably never, like, ever feel the same way about that player.
However,
in fact, I had somebody do that. I had a teammate crawl under the covers at a LAN when we were trying to watch back matches because he didn't want to see himself suck dick.
if you watch it back from a top-down perspective, given all the information, there should be no way in hell that Cherry or Mike have a chance of stealing it. Also, I think Mike knew, or they knew Mike Sunder was down, or they didn't communicate it maybe, but Mike Sunder was down. He said that in the chat, right? So that's something they got to keep track of as well. We lost the game. No, we literally won this game. We stole Fire Giant. We walk down mid. We take a fight. We win the game. The game's literally won. And then they're cooked. And then we like 3-0 them, and then they're done. I sundered for a kill in front of 3 people. Yeah. See, like, there's just a lot of problems here that I dealt with it last year, and we talked. Even if you're 100% correct, that's how you do than league. Maybe, I don't know.
Is that
Dude,
it?
we need a hazer. We need a pain. Let's just say pain in this woke era, but it happens less. Who logs like you?
All right,
So you know something was cooked, bro.
Haddix went over this.
Show the part where you say take a breather. Yes, I said take a breather. I said that we should calm down. I'll play the clip again. Here we go. Let's play it again.
Oh no.
So if we need to calm down before we play, well, we need to have proper accountability. We need to not get upset about things that are happening from team decisions. So here I say
it's
that
way before this.
just don't want to play with Andy. I like Andy. I that we're gonna mesh well. Anything. So
I don't want to take shit out of context,
7K to
but
65.
is this whole thing him just going over it? Okay, here we go.
You lost Fire Giant. What's the problem?
That's wild. Rats. Should have Sunder. First, it should be you should have Sunder. We should be double sundering that. Susana should zone the Fen.
I love that you guys are streaming scrims.
How many minutes did I just miss?
He's gonna be after this game, right? If he actually dives into it.
Okay, another timer. Yep. So it's like right at Fire Giant and then right after the game we talked.
Does no one talk about the bomb this whole time?
First one is right here.
We're here with you.
Actually, this is the first one.
Yo, why did he skip right over him hogging?
Here it is. So
I'll
start off by saying-
literally skip right when he wasted his thunder.
Move chat. I don't care. I'm not pulling up stream ups. Or I mean,
That was a whoopsie.
stream elements. So I'll start off by saying first, my decision was, I mean, I guess I'll provide full context to this at this point then. So I've always been iffy on picking up Andy. I thought that Andy had potential to play on a team, right? I thought he had potential, but I wasn't completely sold on Andy. Mainly because he hasn't reached that high and competitive since I think he was in SPL in season 4 or something. I think that he looked good last Worlds, and I think that he's looked pretty good recently. But I still know that he has his issues, and one of his issues is that he needs to be the main leader on the team. He needs to be the sole shot caller. That's been the the identity or his identity on all of his teams, because generally he's kind of like rallying a bunch of noobs, not like noobs, but like SEC players. And he's like usually like providing the experience and the shot calling for them, right? So I was worried that if he was on a better team where other players have more experience and don't need to be shot called and they have their own opinions to say, that that would present an issue.
In my experience, even in sport, like everywhere, you usually have one voice that, if there's different opinions, there's one voice that always is the one you just listen to. You say, fuck it, that's what we're doing. So, like, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing that Andy's that person. It's a bad thing if you already have that person and you bring him into the team. So, like, I don't think that's a bad quality. It's only a bad quality if that quality already exists in your team.
Where if he's not the main shot caller, that might present an issue for him.
Yeah, because Andy will listen, but I could see where he also, like, if that was the role he's filling, he's like, he wants to be the shot caller, then that's fine. Like, that's just so normal. That's a super normal thing.
Other than that, I also know that he's had issues with people on his teams before.
You have 17 months.
He also has typically shifted his focus a lot from Smite, where he'll quit Smite, he'll go play Dota, and he wants to play Dota instead. He comes back to Smite. His focus shifts often, and that was another thing that concerned me.
I think that's fair.
And he hasn't teamed with any quote unquote good.
Also, to be fair to Andy, they canceled their Deadlock tournament for Smite tournament. So, like, it's pretty clear where his priority lies. But as it being something that's in your thought process of teammates, I think it's fair to have that.
Good SPL players
That idea.
or SPL players in a very long time. And that also concerned me.
It is disrespectful right after you say, hey, I'm playing in the Smite tournament. Don't get me wrong. But, like, if he's talking about his initial thought was like, hey, is he going to commit? That's fair.
There's probably a reason for that. So all of these things are providing context as to why I already am not totally in favor of Andy as my support. I was willing to experiment, try it out.
This is fucked up. So you initially weren't sold on him. You won the first tournament, and within 4 days, you've changed your mind again. He's not good enough still.
And then that's how it all started, right? And then we started playing, and everything was perfectly fine. But I soon realized that Andy's focus is on Deadlock. So he hadn't touched Smite 2 in like five or 6 days.
Okay, dude. So just to jump back, this is what happened to me with when we kicked Incon and we won Worlds, and then we were going into the next season with Omega. Omega was Haddix in this situation where you don't need to be playing Smite 2 all day every day right now. You're drunk as fuck to think you can't be one of the top players right now without playing the game 24/7. Similar to what Andy does, he's putting some time in a Deadlock to see where it goes, which I think is perfectly fucking fair because he's also still prioritizing his Smite competitive. Same thing happened to me. I was playing Predecessor, Paragon, whatever the fuck it was back then. Same thing, he didn't play for 5 days. Andy played the game. You're screaming every day. He's playing the fucking game.
I think he didn't get on Smite 2 for 5 or 6 days. He didn't show any interest in it. While me, Shinto, Gon, Steven, we're all playing Smite daily. We clearly have the drive and the interest that we want to win Vegas. We have the passion for the game, and Andy was screaming on Deadlock.
I see people. You guys.
Andy was screaming on Deadlock,
PBM.
and not playing Smite 2, and there just wasn't general interest in it, that's totally fine. Given that there's a lack of content, Competitive isn't that serious yet. Things like that. But it's a concern where knowing his past of streaming Dota and shifting his focus from Smite, that I'm not totally convinced that Smite is his focus. Even though there's a lack of content and all the same issues, the rest of us are grinding the game and we all have the passion for it, and I believe that. I didn't believe that Andy had passion for Deadlock. For Smite. I believe that he had passion for Deadlock. So then we had a little moment where I was considering replacing Andy there as well, or asking the team to replace him. It didn't end up happening, and we stayed with Andy. Afterwards, Andy, one of the big things that Andy said that his main focus was on Smite competitive, and that, he gave a good response where he said that he really believed that, Smite competitive was his focus, which is one of the main concerns that we had. Later on, I think it was like 2 days ago or something. He's grinding Deadlock like a lot more hours than Smite, which is, again, words are words, and actions are typically more important.
Bro,
And his actions are
one
showing
opinion
that.
I have that very much contradicts this, and it's just from my experience. When you play one game all the time, your mindset gets so tunnel visioned into this, just what you're doing all the time. When you play other games, especially when you get to the higher end of other games, it makes you start thinking differently because every game is different. And to me, I feel like I always got better at Smite when I got better at another game. So I don't really think that with the state of Smite 2 being 20 gods, you're already scrimming every day. I don't think you need to be playing 10 hours outside of scrim right now to be at the top. And I also would argue that it's very likely that if Andy's playing another game at a top level, it's helping him in Smite. It's helping him think and look at the game differently.
Deadlock is his focus. That and, Andy's
if you were
getting off.
losing, it would be a whole nother story, and his point would be super valid. If you're losing and like you're the problem and you're not playing the game as much as you need to be playing, that's a whole nother conversation. But you got to get to that point first. You can't assume it's gonna happen.
On Smite, and then getting off Smite and playing Deadlock for a lot more hours. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, like 2 days ago, he just figured out how scaling works in the game. He was confused that that Soul builds strength, and it scales her auto attacks, but she deals magical damage. So basically, he didn't know the new fundamentals of the game, which is another big sign that I don't think.
Wait, hold on. Did I hear this wrong?
Builds strength, and it scales her auto
Go back far
attacks.
enough.
Builds strength. Like 2 days ago, he just figured out how scaling works in the game. He was confused that that Soul builds strength, and it scales her auto attacks, but she deals magical damage.
Look at this. He's
So
destroying my
basically,
shit.
he didn't know the new
I
fundamentals
need you to get him. He's like actually making a crazy mess.
of the game.
So he's just saying Andy didn't know about the change that happened in the last patch. Okay.
Which is another big sign that I don't think Smite comp is his focus. I think that
Thank you,
Deadlock is his
Slayer.
focus.
What is it's Halo.
There's playing games and enjoying things outside of comp, and I'm not saying that you need to slave away on Smite 2. It's just that I just don't believe he has the passion. I just personally don't believe it.
I mean, that's
Now, aside from all of that,
you just said that.
that's what already makes me not personally want to play with Andy very much.
Yo, adapting. Aren't you playing? You're like fucking top 100 in Apex right now. You better watch yourself, dude. You're next.
You can disagree with me. He can disagree with me. When it comes to my opinion on that, that's perfectly fine. Everyone's welcome to disagree. That's personally how I feel about it. And it's my personal choice who I team with and who I don't team with. And seeing that is a contributor to me not wanting to team with him. I also don't want to take it a step too far in this direction. But if Smite is not his focus, which I don't believe it is, and Deadlock is his focus, and he's telling us otherwise, I think that's disrespectful to all the rest of our time and our effort when he's saying otherwise. That, and I think already playing Deadlock a lot more than Smite is already disrespectful to the time the rest of us are putting in.
Yeah, I don't agree with that part.
Now, aside from that,
It's just, I don't know why
this is where the main drama is going to be farmed. This VOD here.
We
around
got a
this
drama
fire
farm.
giant. Now, I personally have no issue with misplays. I have no issue with us misplaying this fire giant. I have no issues if one of us made a horrible mistake. If I made a horrible mistake, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'll admit I'm wrong. And if I don't admit where I'm wrong,
I mean, there's 2 mistakes, 3
in the
if
moment,
you count you calling it out or
then
whatever. There's 3 mistakes made here. I'm confused.
I think we should continue talking about it or whatever, and hopefully I do it eventually. Something like, and not everyone is going to be perfect and know exactly when they're wrong and admit when they're wrong. Now, anyways, point being, I don't care if we misplayed this fire giant. I don't care who misplayed it, whether it's me or anyone on the team. I don't care about this play. What I care about is the behavior. Right?
What did Andy do?
If I make a
What did he
misplay,
do?
or
He didn't even say
someone makes a
anything.
misplay, but they start blaming teammates instead of just saying, my bad, guys.
Yo,
And people become confrontational about it.
Whoa.
I'm just not really interested in that, in dealing with that. And now everyone,
Wait, you
everyone-
did. Hold on. We already watched what happened in the fight. Unless somehow there was editing on the live stream, Andy didn't say anything, and Haddix was the one who instigated everything and wouldn't drop it. Okay, I'm so confused.
everyone can feel free to disagree. People are going to microanalyze this for every word and people's tone when they say things.
I don't care about
I
your
personally
tone.
felt that Andy was being confrontational and having an attitude, and he was deflecting and blaming.
Hold on. I need to take a minute. Hold on. So, hold on. Hold the fuck. Hold on. What the fuck? Yo, you should have just never talked about this, Haddix. Dude. I don't know. Like, I'm guessing that you just didn't want to team with them, and it made you not even realize what you were doing. But you never should have analyzed this with
his
this at
teammates
this point.
rather than taking any accountability.
I'm not gonna directly quote this, but I'm pretty sure Andy said, "I hogged, he got it."
Those are all things that I'm not interested in dealing with, especially given that this is a very casual, chill scrim on stream. There's nothing really at stake competitive-wise. All we need to do is be top 8, and we're chilling. And then we play. There's playoffs in
Hold on.
2.
Was Andy streaming this? Watch. I want to see Andy on camera. Like, I've been around Andy a lot, so I really want to see his point of view on camera. Can someone find the VOD and just link me the VOD? I'll watch it after this.
months. So point being, there's not much on the line. It's like a more serious rank game. It's not that serious.
This
So,
is crazy.
If
bro.
I feel that Andy's
This
being
is
confrontational,
I don't know the word for this. This is like some form of manipulation or something, bro. This is crazy. Keep Discord. Yeah. Zap's face. Oh fuck. Oh dude, that's gonna be an email for Zap.
and getting very bothered about something and deflecting and blaming when there's not much on the line. I don't want to deal with that currently. I have no reason to deal with that currently. It's my personal choice to not deal with that currently. And
Let's see this.
knowing
You
that
made
that's the
it an
behavior
emote?
currently, I'm concerned where that behavior will be down the road,
It's already an emo.
where things are actually on the line, or things start mattering. I believe that
This is Andy's VOD that you can see me. I gotta see that. Oh, wait, I thought I subbed. Hold on, I subbed to this motherfucker. I was subbed to him. What the fuck?
it's probably going to
I gotta
get
finish
only going
this.
to get worse. So, the main thing that happened around this fire giant is that I sundered in a fight before I died. So my sunder was on cooldown. I called fire giant and Andy called fire giant, and I'll show you in the VOD, even though it's not really. Again, I don't care about this play. This play is not the problem. I don't care. Andy did not get kicked because of this play. And also, I was not kicking Andy. I'm not Jesus on this team. Right? All these players on the team have a choice on who they take or who they team with. And it was my personal choice, after all this context that I've said now, that I no longer want to play with Andy. So at that point, I decided that it's either I'm going to leave the team and I'll find another team that I enjoy playing with more. You know, I'm not too concerned. I'll just swap teams. You can call that a stupid decision or whatever. That's fine. That's personally what I wanted to do. And it was either I leave or we kick Andy. I didn't push my teammates in any direction. I just
At
said
least
that
he admitted this.
that's my decision.
So there isn't like
Either I'm going to leave
He was pretty
or
straightforward
we
with this
replace
part.
Andy. I'm not interested in playing with them. They made their choice. We have removed Andy. And it was not because of a misplay at a fire giant. We would not kick somebody because of a misplay. Or
I mean, this led to...
I would not leave the team because of a misplay. I left the team because of all the context I've given you. Now, back to this play, because people are going to yap about it, even though it's completely besides the point. We both called
So
fire
the whole
giant.
point is, like, he's saying he should just accept, like, a mistake's okay, you just say my bad, but, like, this all stems from you wasting hog. If you had said, yeah, my bad, I wasted, I Zapmaned an active, it won't happen next time, the whole argument's gone. Nobody, like, literally it's over. No one says another word.
And my sunder is down. I say that my sunder is down. And I say that we should go in the Fenrir. We probably, there's 1,000 different ways you can look at this, that it's a misplay. Should we be pulling Fire Giant in the first place? Should we be going on the Fenrir? Should Andy be auto-attacking the Fire Giant? Should we be positioned in any way that we're doing it? There's a lot of ways to break down a team fight. Like, you can do this with literally any play that goes wrong. You can look at 1,000 different things that someone could have done better.
I don't know what Andy autoing the Fire Giant here would have changed. So he had to somebody had to tank it, so he would have been in the pit anyway.
And a lot of them are true. And I'll address this point immediately. Yes, I do think that having Sunder around this time of the game is good to have. So yes, you could totally say that I should have had Sunder up, and that would have been better for us than be using it before I died. And I could definitely agree to that. I don't think that my Sunder was the worst thing on the planet Earth and that it caused us to lose this Fire Giant. It definitely did not do that. My Sunder before my death was not horrible. You know, if we...
Yeah, it was pretty dog shit. It was pretty fucking terrible. It literally did nothing. I mean, if wasting something isn't pretty fucking terrible, I don't know what is.
If we all think that we should be holding Sunders and we shouldn't be using before death, okay. We could do that moving forward. I don't mind that. But I don't think that me using my Sunder as I died in a fight before is the reason why we lost Fire Giant 2 minutes in the future.
Yeah, his argument is he can't see the future, but like, you're late game in Smite. So I feel like you kind of know you need to not waste actives in general. I kind of think what's happening here is Haddix hasn't played in a meta with Hog being a thing and being as relevant as it is compared to like way back in the day when it was, where it's equally as important to have your hog, arc, whatever for an objective as it is for your carry to have their beads or your jungle to have their blink. And he's just not processing. It's not there yet for some reason for him.
Called hindsighting instead of using the current information. And hindsighting is almost always useless because it just leads to shit like this. So I could totally admit that, sure, we should have Sunder. We should have both Sunders up.
You
right?
never did though. Like you're just
so
now
what
saying it
happened
after
is,
defending it for 20
me
minutes.
and Gon were on the Fenrir. And we were zoning the Fenrir because we thought that he had Sunder. I'm not sure if he actually had Sunder, but I assumed he had Sunder. And then Amma came in when Fire Giant was low. Andy and the Amma both Sundered within 0.1 seconds of each other, and Amma got the Sunder off on Fire Giant, and they secured it. Now, the first words out of Andy's mouth were, we should have double Sunder there. It wasn't,
Okay, am I misremembering, or were the first words out of anyone's mouth Haddock saying, "What happened? Did your Sunder go off?" Am I misremembering? Because I could have sworn Haddock said something first.
I missed the Sunder, guys. My bad. It was the first
Really
words
missed the
immediately
Sunder.
where we should have had double Sunder. Now, personally, if I'm in Andy's position and I miss the Sunder,
Hold on. I got the. We'll go back into the fucking, what's it called? Hold on. The Scream VOD was what I watched, right? Fuck, I can't find it. Wait, well, you linked me at Andy's VODs, right? I don't know if it'll let me watch this, though. Because it's saying I'm not subbed. Oh, wait, it will. Okay, you said it was that first game they played, right? So it's right here.
Can we push that? We don't have towers, guys.
They probably get this last tier too.
I just got done. It's like 25 minutes, right? Yeah, it's literally right here.
30 seconds because you're farming.
Yeah,
I don't have Sunder. You shouldn't Sunder this either.
I'm not sundering it. I can't pick it up.
Wait, Andy also had a bomb.
Yeah, I'll get it.
They're probably
How did
like,
no
we should
one
hold on.
mention any of the bombs?
Yeah.
They had 2 bombs.
My last health chalice. We
We
don't
need to
have
watch
our, we don't have our
Fenrir.
carries on it.
Triple right now.
Yeah, we need to find the Fenrir.
Should be on this.
They should be here soon. Cuckoo's still in right though. This is a good fight.
5k
Don't
HP,
fire,
5k HP,
5K.
4k,
I'm walking, guys.
3k, 3k.
He's out. He's out.
Okay.
You're fine. You can Sunder it.
I don't know how good I'm sundering at 1k, bro. I feel like we should be done with sundering it too.
I'm walking, guys.
3k, 3k.
Wait, did it? So Andy did say it first.
You're fine. You can Sunder it.
I don't know how good I'm sundering at 1k, bro. I feel like we should be done with sundering it too.
Okay, he did say it first.
Did your Sunder not go off?
Yeah, that's not seeding.
Just like
So he is right.
So
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. There's so many other options here that nobody mentioned. It's kind of blowing my mind. They had 2 bombs, a hog, and a wasted hog.
after that.
You're saying he could have hit the hog?
Yeah, I'm scared as well.
3k, 3k.
He's out. He's out.
Okay.
You're fine.
Bro, it's a 50-50 with someone else who does the same damage. Like, you gotta realize how unrealistic it is to think he's gonna win this every time. That he's just automatically going to out hog this. It's like, look at this shit, bro. It's literally one frame. I mean, you could like, I just don't know why neither of them bombed.
I don't know how good I'm sundering at 1k, bro. I feel like we should be done with sundering it too.
Did your Sunder not go off?
Yeah, that's not seeding.
Just like 1 HP. So
I mean, we just kill the ammo, maybe, guys. I don't know.
I think we should just double
Nah.
sunder.
No,
That's free.
we should have secured it.
I think
Sunder's
Susano,
down.
Susano zones, and then you come since you're the double hog.
Yeah, I was it in fire?
My Sunder was down.
Oh, it's down.
Okay,
good.
so Andy wasn't listening to it being down too.
We can still siege. We're still way stronger than them.
We should back up. We should back up.
The fact that
We're not.
Scream
way
pointed out
stronger.
he should have reiterated that it was down, like, you know, he wasn't gonna be for that.
We should back.
But why did, like, there's so, dude, they had seconds left on the second Sunder. They had double bomb. This shouldn't even have been a big deal, bro. They should have been like, we should have done one of these 8 other things.
And I know that my teammates are zoning and don't have Sunder. I would take accountability and say, my bad, guys, I missed the Sunder. But in his position, he immediately deflected and blamed his teammates. First, he said that we should have double Sunder. First words out of his mouth after he missed Sunder on Fire Giant. Next, he said that Gon shouldn't have been zoning Fenrir, or he should have been zoning Fenrir. One of the two.
He said, jungler should have been zoning. They should have the second hog in there. This is like a massive communication problem because Andy also, I get, you mean at the end of that, you know, he didn't hear that the second hog was down.
Which, if he did say that we should have been zoning the Fenrir, we were zoning the Fenrir. And if he didn't, I'm not sure.
I mean,
It's just, the point is that it's deflecting and blaming and taking no accountability. Like,
I can see where Haddix is coming from with this, where he feels like he's being blamed. I could also see where maybe Andy was just saying, like, we probably shouldn't have full committed to fire without both hogs in the pit and up. But Andy didn't know the other hog was up, so I don't know.
jerk reaction. And
It's none of this should have been a big deal. That's kind of like the end
then
all be all,
later
because
on,
there's like
we got
5
into
solutions to this to make
a
it never
discussion
happen
about
again.
it after the game. Which I'm pretty sure went something like, we were talking about what went wrong in the game, and I was saying that, yeah, like the main point where we lost the game, which you can see right here, we're 70k to 65k. The main reason why we lost the game is that we lost the Fire Giant, right? Because Fire Giant right now is extremely broken. You get 20 prots, you're basically impossible to fight into. So I said that if we had sundered Fire Giant, we probably would have been in a really good spot to win. And then Andy started saying that I should have had Sunder. And I found him to be having an attitude and being confrontational when there's nothing on the line. It's very chill and casual, and you could just say, you know what, I missed Sunder, my bad. But at the same time, I also think that in the future, we should have double Sunder for that Fire Giant, right? The issue is that he's deflecting and blaming rather than just saying, hey guys, I missed Fire Giant, or I missed Sunder on Fire Giant,
I kind of
my
feel like
bad.
maybe that's what Andy was
But I also
doing.
think that in the future, we should have Sunder. We should have double Sunder, and we should both secure it at the same time. I would be totally okay with that, right? But the problem is that I feel the tone is bad. I feel the behavior, or that I feel an attitude. I
You're
sense an
reading into
attitude,
the tone. I feel
and
like
I know that he's deflecting
there
and
is similar
blaming
tones.
and taking no accountability. On top of all the other context,
I wouldn't.
That's
I
annoying.
I don't expect my support to have accountability there. Like I don't think that's a situation where you need your support to say I
now,
messed up.
I can show you in the VOD where I sundered before I died. But I think that that's not the most relevant thing. Let's go to...
I can't pick it up.
I-
One of you guys can.
it's just sad that this even devolves into like
So, right here,
some like I don't
you just
know.
heard me and Andy both say at the same time, we should pull fire. I'll add another piece of context. We kicked Andy yesterday at about 5
Yo,
p.m.
he
-ish,
caught himself.
in a Discord call. I did not intend for any of this to get nasty, any of this to reach the point that it has reached. But unfortunately, I'm not surprised that Smite people are extremely fucking bored, and they're desperate for any piece of content when it comes to drama, anything. So unfortunately, we're at this point where all this is
Brother.
having.
Brother, you can't say this out loud after knowing the history of every esport ever, and then including our history. You're crazy to act like this is some unique situation you're in. We've been through this for 12 years, bro.
Having to go into the public light, and we're gonna have to talk about it.
It's because you're streaming
So I
scrims,
said
which
to
is
Andy
fine. Like
that
it's gonna happen.
basically, after recent events, I no longer want to team with you, team with Andy, and I no longer want to team with Andy. And
Wait,
what
is
did I
he
say?
saying that
Hold
they
on.
got in a call and this is what he told
I'm
Andy?
gonna be paraphrasing, but I'm not gonna get an exact statement of what I said.
Hold on, there's no way you had him talk to Andy when you kicked. There's no fucking way. That's what we're talking about right now, right? There's no way. There's no, dude. Okay, just any of you guys who are playing competitive, if you want someone off the team and it ends up leading to someone kicked off the team, let your teammates handle the removal. It doesn't make you. It's what you should not be talking to that person unless that like the person wants an explanation or something. There's just no reason for you to be being the.
I basically said that I no
doing it.
longer want to team with him, and it's just because I don't think we're gonna work out well as players on a team together. I don't think that we're gonna mesh well, and that it has nothing to do with him as a person, and I have nothing against him. I just don't want to play on a team with him anymore. And I've made my decision already that either I'm going to leave the team or we replace you. Right. That's all I said. Paraphrasing, obviously. I wanted to leave it respectful. There's nothing.
You don't need the person that really created the kicking to be the one feeding it to the person. It's not a respect thing. There's no liking it personally. Like, if you're being removed from a team, knowing why is valuable. Having the person that is the reason why does not need to be the situation. It is not going to help the situation. It is not going to make it a lighter situation. When you remove somebody from something, especially something that they're passionate about, you do it as nicely and calmly and as easily as possible. There's no like, I want to be told straight. That doesn't happen. You want to know the real reason. You don't want to be lied to, and you want to be just do it and let it be. You don't need the person being like, yeah, I don't like you on the team. I didn't want to play with you, so now you're getting kicked. That's basically what I'm hearing happen. Maybe I'm hearing it wrong. But that's not what you ever do.
There's nothing out of malice on my end coming out of this. I personally
That's
just
not
don't want.
for you, bro. Dude, if you're playing, dude, there's just no way it's going to make getting kicked better. It's not like there's no malice on purpose, but like there's no world where you can say, I didn't want to play with you, so you're off the team. That's not going to be bad. What you do is you have that man or somebody sit down and whatever other teammates need to be there. And you say, hey, this is the situation with Haddix, and here's our decision that we're coming to. So this is why you're gone. You don't need the person like, yep, it was me or you, and I got you out of here. Like it's
Wanna play with
doing
Andy.
it that way is super weird.
I like Andy. I consider him a friend. Maybe he doesn't anymore. And I think that after how he's acted in reaction to this,
Like, what did Andy do?
yesterday when we kicked him in the call, that maybe we're not friends anymore. I don't think he handled it very well.
I'm gonna be real with you, Addicts. I don't think you're ever friends. I think the word friend is thrown around way too much. You're like work acquaintances. You know, you're professionals in the same scene. Your acquaintances. I think as soon as you didn't believe him saying he was committed to Smite, if you're really friends, you're gonna believe your friend. Otherwise, you aren't really friends.
Obviously, I know that nobody
Your
likes getting
coworkers.
kicked, but the way how he acted
Colleagues,
is something that
acquaintances.
is a little bit immature in my opinion. Basically though, I'm not gonna say what he said. He can, if he wants to say that what he said, that's on his part. But he basically just wanted to argue and deflect and blame, and you know, that's my opinion. He can disagree with that. That's how I saw it. And then that was that. We had moved on. We had kicked him.
So what did Andy do?
And I think that's
I wonder what Andy did.
pretty much the entire timeline. Let me think.
I could see Andy being fucking
Yeah, I think that's-
tilted,
I think
dude,
that's pretty
because
much
that
the
would be
entire
so
timeline.
frustrating. Because I swear I've seen Andy just removed from like him, and there's like 2 other players that I can think of that just get removed from teams when they're winning all the fucking time.
So this is the clip where Andy said, "We both called Fire Giant at the same time," and this is relevant because later on he says that it wasn't his call.
Oh, does he?
Or it was a team call or whatever.
I mean, it would have been a team call.
So
He's saying everyone agreed.
that's another part where it became a friction point between us. But we both said at the same time, let's pull Fire Giant. So it was both of our calls. You shouldn't send this either.
Nah, I'm not sundering it. I can't pick it up. One of you guys can.
It could be on goal.
Yeah, I get it.
And
If they're on goal, we should start pulling
We
this.
should pull fire.
Yeah.
My last health challenge.
We need to watch for Henry. So we both said that we're pulling fire. We both said that. We both made that call. Let's see if this is the clip that I'm looking for. Calm down before we play the game.
Dude, I feel like none of this should have ever happened.
Get upset about things that are happening from team decisions. So if we need to calm down before we play the game, then we should do that.
Yeah, I think that was a terrible. That was instigating.
Open for not having Sunder.
So things before this minute mark, I'm at 5 hours, 15 minutes, 45 seconds.
Okay, you instigated him.
I think that
the way
we
he
can
did.
all agree. I think that we can all agree that there was escalated tensions at this point. There was escalated tensions at this
I think
point.
you gotta take a step back and be like, yeah, you kind of caused.
So I
You were
said that I
looking
think we
for
should
an
calm down
outburst at this point.
before we play the next game.
That's not what you.
Now-
Okay.
I guess
I don't know if there's just like a lack of like experience here. You don't ever tell somebody to calm down when you're directly involved in what the escalation. Like that is probably some of the worst terminology you could use ever.
some people are going to find that disrespectful to say, but I think it's from both sides. Clearly, at this point,
Yeah,
I'm
you both did
frustrated
it.
and annoyed, and he is also frustrated and annoyed. So I think that it's good for both of us to calm down. But then he says that I'm coping for not having Sunder, which, you know, is, let's just say, confrontational. Andy is the one who missed his Sunder on the 50-50 Fire Giant. Again, I really don't care that he missed
You
his Sunder
can't
on the
leave
Fire Giant.
missing in 50-50.
The issue is that he's
with each
saying
other.
that I'm coping when
Come
he's the
on,
one that
man.
missed Sunder on Fire Giant and is saying that we need a double Sunder, and he has not said, guys, I lost the 50-50, unlucky. So it's confrontational, and it's kind of crazy because he's the one who's coping, in my opinion. Now,
I'm wondering if someone told Andy where
the
the arc got used and why he didn't have it up, because Andy asked about it multiple times and then
They're on
asked
Tony.
to watch the VOD. Like, he kinda knows it was wasted.
Or if one of them is down, then we don't pull Fire Giant.
I'm pretty sure fire was not my call there. It was
Why is confrontational a bad thing?
fire.
Being confrontational
Okay,
isn't
so
a bad thing
Here's the clip where he says that it
all
was
the
not his
time,
call.
but it can be bad.
Which
Obviously here, because
I just showed you guys.
no solution
Is
comes
not
from
true.
it.
He called Fire Giant. So did I. So again, he's deflecting
Yeah, I mean,
and blaming other people.
I
He's
really
saying,
don't believe Andy's like, yep, like, it wasn't my fault. I think he's saying, like, it was 50-50. We probably shouldn't have done that. We needed the other hog there. I still can't figure out why no one's talking about the 2 bombs.
guys, I didn't call Fire Giant. The whole team called it.
He's
when
not wrong.
We both called it at the same time.
Yeah, and then everyone
Now,
agreed.
I would say that
so
me
he's
and
not
him
wrong.
both calling it is not a team call. I would say that a more accurate thing to say is
This
that
is getting a little
if he
nitpicky.
actually knew and he was actually looking to be truthful, he would say that we both called Fire Giant there. That was both of our call together. But he said that he didn't call it.
That's why communication
was not his
matters,
decision.
boys.
It was a team decision. Or if one of them is down.
It's so avoidable,
Then we don't
dude.
pull Fire
Just like
Giant.
micro levels of communication.
I'm pretty sure fire was not my call there. It was a collective team call to do fire there.
He's saying it
And I think
wasn't
just
like he
to-
was the one saying we have to do this.
I got
Because they're
99
on
problems, but
Well,
a sub
if you
ain't
think that
one.
we can't
If you
pull-
having
So he's also in this
I feel
situation
bad
saying
for
that
son.
we have
I
to
got
pull fire.
99 problems, but a
We
sub
have no
ain't
other
one.
option to pull
Hit me.
fire, and we have no other option but to stay on Fire Giant. Once we see people around us at Fire Giant, we are forced to go to Fire Giant because they're on Gold Fury, and now that they're around us, we're also forced to do it still. He knows that my Sunder is down, but
think he
he is
did.
still continuing with this call.
I think
Pull Fire
Haddock
Giant,
said
where
it,
two
but I
Sunders
don't
are
think
down.
anyone reiterated
is
it or
down.
made sure it was known.
Then we don't pull Fire Giant. Now, my opinion is that if he knows my Sunder is down, then we just shouldn't pull the Fire Giant. If he strongly believes that we need 2 Sunders for this Fire Giant, but he knows that mine is down, then I believe the call at that point should be don't pull the Fire Giant. Right? If he truly thinks
Okay,
we need 2 Sunders for Fire Giant to
So Andy was saying they got the overpowered Gold Fury. So really the response is they get fire or they're probably just going to get run at, which is fair. Like they're going to lose a lot of towers or, whatever. It's just they need to do something is what Andy's saying. I feel like Haddock agreed because he called the Fire Giant. I actually think Andy is definitely alluding to why the fuck wasn't our second hog up the whole time once he learned it wasn't up. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm pretty sure that's like he really wanted an answer because he wanted Haddock to be like, yeah, I should have had my hog up. Which is just more
then
communication
he should not
issues.
continue with the call of doing Fire Giant. And I'm saying this because I don't think he actually believed that I need Sunder for that Fire Giant. I think it was a knee-jerk reaction to deflect and blame because he felt insecure in saying that it was his fault that he missed the Fire Giant Sunder. It's a really minor thing to lose a Fire Giant 50-50 on a play where all of us could have done individual things better. No one would have been upset at him. No one would have cared. But I think that personally, that's the reason why he acted that way and why he said that. And it also, I think, supports my opinion when he's saying he didn't call the Fire Giant. It was a team call when we know that he did call it with me.
He's saying that everyone
and
called it and agreed.
He says that we're forced to do it.
More communication issues.
We're not forced to do Fire Giant. If he truly believes that we cannot secure Fire Giant without double Sunder, then clearly we're not forced to do it in that situation. And then this is the fight. I'll show you guys the fight where I
By
Sundered.
the way, like,
Yeah.
I haven't even brought up the fact that, like, all the other 3 teammates could have also said, hey, I should have blocked Ama, or hey, what about our fucking bombs, or hey, I could have caught, I don't know, like, this could have been made into nothing so easily.
Keyword.
They're here. They're in the
Yeah,
bush. They're like here.
Okay, let's go.
But there's
fight
no way you don't say this is a bad hog.
Pyro.
Yeah, they're gonna flank us.
Fender going
They're going on me, they're going on me.
We're here with you. We're here with you.
I have
Yeah,
a
back one.
I'm a dash on
I
me.
fucking healed everything. I'm chilling.
Look
Look at our
He's very
Nubis.
low,
Look at our
Look, he's
Nubis.
very
Look at our
low.
Nubis. Look at our
It's a
Nubis.
big knockup.
I'm ulting in the back. Look, you all down in the back.
Look, Fairy.
Finish is buying time. Help Haddock. Help Haddock. It's a winnable fight.
So, generally, I don't think this is the worst Sunder on the planet. I'm about to die. I'm going to be dead for almost a minute. And whoever wins this fight could determine who gets Fire Giant here.
That's a fair
If
thought
we
process.
if we win this fight, we could
He's
get Fire
thinking his
Giant.
team could
If they
still
win this
win
fight,
the
they could get
fight.
Fire Giant. So in this position, where I'm going to be dead for almost a full minute, my Sunder's on a 2-minute cooldown, I think generally it's a fine play for me to Sunder before I die and get some damage off on the backline that could possibly help Gon finish off kills. Now, I'm only saying this.
So this also could have been just communicated that he could have said, I used it in the fight thinking we had a chance to win the fight. I figured if we lost the fight, we were going to lose fire anyway. And then they could go deeper and be like, should I have held my arc here and just maybe had it up if fire ended up being an option later, or should I have used it? And his teammates could have been like, yeah, Hog was good or Sunder was bad, and then could have gone even deep. Like, I don't know. It's really
Is we're Andy is very stuck on the point that I should never have Sundered in this situation, and I should have had it up for Fire Giant. Now, like I said earlier, I can agree. If we think that holding for double Sunder is a good idea, and it's not worth generally in fights for damage, if we all agree on that, I could agree to that, and I could do that going forward, right? But I don't think that was the intention, right? When you're looking at hindsight, where he misplays a Fire Giant, we lose the Fire Giant because he lost the 50-50, and his immediate reaction is, well, let's look back. Oh, why is your Sunder down? You told me your Sunder's down, but why is it down? Oh, I don't even know why, but you shouldn't have used it in a fight. You should have had double Sunder, right? If that's the immediate reaction when you've misplayed, that shows a bad attitude, in my opinion, and that shows confrontational behavior. That is not looking to really resolve the situation or have a productive conversation. That seems like blaming and hindsighting. And hindsighting is almost never good, because how could I know in this situation at 23 minutes and 29 seconds that my Sunder in the backline would have been the major issue somehow, even though I told him my Sunder's down, that we would have lost Fire Giant. Hindsighting is an entirely useless thing, and there's a reason why people say hindsight is 20/20. It's just useless. The more productive way to go about it is saying, like I said earlier, we should hold our Sunder for Fire Giant. Now, I personally can agree and disagree. I can see both sides, because I think that extra damage could be very important to us killing those backliners. Possibly. I don't know how the team fight's going to go, but I know that I want to get off as much damage as possible. So I don't see the Sunder in this situation as really that bad. But I can also see where double Sunder is very useful for securing a Fire Giant. But the point is that none of this was a productive conversation. It was all blaming and deflecting and confrontational behavior. There was nothing productive about it.
I kind of feel like you just contradicted yourself a little bit there, Haddix. I get what you're trying to say, but you're also arguing with yourself. This whole thing is crazy. I mean, this should have been chopped up to he didn't want to play with him and he got kicked. The fact that this whole thing had anything to do with that is kind of wild to me, especially after they just won the game, won their tournament. I mean, it's just so much simpler to be like, yeah, didn't want to play with him. I didn't like playing with him. I feel like a confrontation like that definitely doesn't lead to getting kicked 99.9% of the time. That's crazy that like that much drama and everything came from this so early. I think everyone could have communicated better there. I think everyone could have admitted that there was a better way to play that Fire Giant and like 10 ways to secure it. I also think they both could have responded better. I think blaming a 50-50 on somebody is a little weird, or expecting someone to be like, yeah, I lost a 50. Like, it's a 50. You're saying it out loud that it's, it's 50-50. I think you watched the stream of ElLeon saying he wants to play Deadlock and assumed he doesn't care about Smite 2. Like I said, I don't, like, if that's actually what he thought, then I really, like, I said it was a valid reason for him to, like, not want to play with him. I think that situation just was like the final reason, or the first reason or whatever, to just get deeper into it and have someone get kicked. I don't blame Haddix either for not wanting to play with somebody, or for being like, hey, I don't want to play with him, so either I'm gonna leave or you can play with him. Like, I really don't see a problem with that at all. I think it's like the reasoning, he abused the situation to get rid of a person he doesn't synergize with. Yeah, I don't know. I do feel like just being like, hey, I don't want to play with him could have been so much simpler.